Last time on DaBLackKing Plays, Suikoden 1, episode 22.
I could talk to these guys. It's a rare opportunity. Phew! Curtis, you smell like humans. Okay? Curtis, why did you leave without my permission? What did you do out there? Lucky Charm cereal. Protect this village. Catch me, Lucky Charm cereal. I can't catch me, Lucky Charm cereal. Protect this village. What are you talking about? We don't permission. Endeavor with them filthy humans. Rock them all up. Yes, sir. Oh boy, another. What the? Did I catch my Lucky Charm cereal? What? Doesn't you know? Oh, that. The man in charge of this region is the Creek General Quanta Roseman. And George scared the hell out of me. Ha! I, Stallion, shall show you how fast I can run. Yes. You run too. You can't run that fast. I cannot run away. I have to do something about that running mirror that Valeria was talking about. What can you do?
Yo, welcome back. DaBLackKing, welcome back to DaBLackKing Plays, Suikoden 1. And this is episode 23. And it's been a long time again here. So even though I recently recorded one earlier, which was not this game, Final Fantasy IV. But I kind of need to catch up on these two, or not really catch up, but crank out some more videos because I'm really running low. I think I got like one or two left. I'm not sure of both of them. But I went ahead. I'm actually out in the midst right now. As I'm recording this, is going through Suikoden, uploading the next Final Fantasy IV episode. So yeah, the rehashing. This one here, we're gonna continue on the main plot line. I'm kind of tired. I was thinking about kind of pausing it and taking a little nap, and then bringing it back up, and then just kind of go from there. And but my main focus will be, I don't know if I'm going to be 2 episodes today or not, but either way, there will be 2 episodes already pre-recorded. As for when it's going to be posted, I don't know. Right now, it's going to be stuck to about like 2 episodes right now, even though we're pretty far in the LP right now. Farther than we've ever been on both of them. So, yeah, I just wanted to do that. So, but I'll meet you where we gotta be. So, because, see what I've already done. Wait. Before we go, I'm going to go over some things. So, let's see. I should do this real quick while I'm here. I went ahead and upgraded her off screen today. Earlier. I mean, way earlier. As a matter of fact, I actually had started this earlier this morning, and I forgot where I was at. I didn't even remember if I had already started it where it was, how I do it when, last time, on DaBLackKing Plays, and then the whole thing, and then I let it kind of play, and then, I edited out a few parts here and there, and then I skipped to here, and all of a sudden we're actually in the actual game itself. We're actually playing, instead of just watching an entire last time, because I don't do like a full thing like last time on DaBLackKing Plays Stereos, da 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 da, forever long it's supposed to be, and then I don't do that for a reason. I'll admit that I have gone through videos and stuff like that where I would sit there and kind of review them. That was the first time, I ever did it on camera, and I haven't done one since then. I don't know what happened to that video. See, I can't go to the videos on YouTube. I don't know what's going on, and this is on my own account. So you know, and I know I'm missing, and I forgot all about that video, but I need to like go through there and you know, I think what I'm gonna do is we'll start taking videos down and upload them up to BitChute. I mean, not down. I can't take them down. I gotta. Well, I got to download them and then upload them to BitChute, and they are my videos, just so you know. But anyway, I had to do that, and then especially because I'm starting to get to the point that I really don't want to have to start over, but I'm getting to the point that there are videos missing and nobody even knows about them. You'd think that when you go through the list, I'm not sure if you can see it that way as a guest or not, but I know for a fact that there's tons and tons more, because I just got through adding some up there that weren't in playlists already. Well, depending on what they were in. Like, I got updates combined into one, even if they're old. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I finished off doing, Final Fantasy VII, or the playlist. I finally got that sorted completely. I combined my very first one, of the LP itself, which was on a console, believe it or not. That was an old one. Sadly, I cannot do that anymore because I don't have my CD with me. It's not that I don't own the game, I just don't have the game with me, and I have no way to hook up, and I have no way to record either, even if I did, which I don't, but, either way, I do have a PlayStation, a regular one, but at that time, believe it or not, I actually did it off of a PlayStation 2. It hardly matters, but it does matter if you're going to use a Game Shark. Yeah, I know, you're not supposed to talk about that like it's a big deal. Actually, to me, it's not. But anyway, like if you're going to use a Game Shark, which the only one you can use is on regular PlayStation. Oh, poor baby. Yeah, anyway. So, I'm just saying, you'd have to be on a regular PlayStation, which I do have, but it's missing screws. I may have to get me another one if it don't work. Because I don't really have the time or the money to go searching for screws where I could come up with some screws. And then I'd have to, if it doesn't work at all, even regardless of it, I'm gonna have to track down parts for it, and I really don't want to go through all that when I can just buy one cheap enough. Some of the things like that might sell for $100, and that might be a little bit expensive, but it's also cheaper than spending out like $400 for a whole brand new console. That's ridiculous. I don't mind spending out the amount of money I might need, like almost $300, if I can put it into a budget somewhere down the line, or I actually save up for it. But I'm not gonna do that I ain't got nothing else. Like, in other words, I budget to where I can get everything I need for the month, which is food for my animal, and doing whatever else. And then if I have any left over, still enough for the next following month to cover that, I'll definitely get it. But I'm not gonna go no $400, $500. My ass will go up to 600, even to 1,000, or let's just make it even worse. $100 billion just for a console. I'm not gonna do it. A Nintendo Switch is like $2.99, and then I'm not gonna go for Nintendo Switch. I'm not really much for handheld things. I'm really not. Even though it may look like it, it may look like it says otherwise, because I'm doing it now. Oh God, am I going too long here? But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I just wanted to quickly say that, and if you want to see game footage, you'll have to skip to the next point, which which will be in the next few minutes. But anyway, I just want to quickly say that with that, I mean, I don't really care that much for it. I mean, honestly, last thing I ever had for handheld, which didn't last very long, was a Game Boy. And I've had a Game Boy Advance, but, anyway, later. Okay, so we're here when we need to meet up at, and yeah, you can tell that it's actually doing in progress. See, whenever you see this up here, that means that it's actually a thing now. I'm not sure how that exactly works, because I've seen it where it don't pop up, and without that, that means, I mean, I know that it's uploading, but most of the time, I'd rather it happen anyway. It might be a little bit annoying, but I'd rather it be there than me not know at all whether or not something's actually uploading. That way I know it's finished, and I can go, oh, okay, because, instead of me waiting forever, not, because a lot of times that what happens before I go, oh, well, okay, maybe I can, like, record some more, when I can't. So, anyway. I've been deducing how to do this, how to record, without going overboard. So, on the timing. Anyway. I'm gonna script the mic here. I'm sorry if it screws up, and like I said in Final Fantasy before, because it was kind of doing that constantly. I was trying to let go of the mic so that it wouldn't, screw up. Like what I mean is screw up like it goes like that, and that's just not good. I can't mess with the mic settings, or I would. I mean, because this is after all mobile. Anyway. I believe we've seen these before. They're called death boars, but they're not. I mean, at this point, I would recommend you go ahead. Excuse me. At this point, I really recommend you go ahead and level up, because the one who needs it the most is Luke. You don't have to upload, level up anybody else at the moment, but they do need some leveling anyway, because of enemies coming up and stuff. But they're gonna get leveled up anyway, so as we go along. So, yeah, and I'm getting the treasures here. I could actually hold off on these because I can come back. There's just some other places I can't come back to. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm gonna hold off on these and just kind of get them, and when we come back, we can come back here. It's some places we can't go back to until much too late in the game. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I kind of got stuck there. That's why I kind of had to pause there. So I went ahead and showed off the one chest. But I think what I'm going to do is, because, reasons, I actually have an option to come back here, which is good. The bad part is, there's a certain place I can't get back to, unless I go to a certain village to get to it, so I don't have to go through the battles just to get to it. Actually, I still have to go to the battles either way. But it's like, it's part of the same district, if that makes any sense. But what it is that, well, I'll show it later. I'll just show it to you then. That way you know the difference. Anyway. Go and continue on the skirmish. These are called Eagle Man. Now, there is a chance they will pick up your parties and take them off to somewhere, which is not good, because they'll miss out on an opportunity to make experience. But we're not going to fight them, because we don't need to. I'm not going to fight them. Especially considering how low we are and stuff. There's chest over there. There's a chest over this way. Those are called dwarves. I don't know why we have to fight them. That's the other consider. Now there's another chest over here. I'm not gonna bother with it. However, there is a chest or two. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and go through the entire dungeon and like let's see, what are we at now? Oh boy, I forgot to upgrade him. I'm gonna have to go and dump all this stuff off, which means I gotta appraise that and stuff. I'll do that off screen though. But what I'm gonna tell you though is that I'm gonna go ahead and raid the dungeon coming up because for reasons, and I don't want to have to go through there again. I mean, I could go ahead and skip out on some treasures, but I don't remember where it's at. I know there's a specific one we need for Kirkus. And that's the way it goes. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to go into some main storyline events here in just a moment. So, you know, and Luke's about ready to level up, so you know. I need about like maybe 1 or 2 more battles. I don't know. It depends on it. Because sometimes the random luck percentage is crazy that way. But anyway, see that right there? EXP experience points. 983, which means maybe 1 or 2 battles. I don't know. It depends on how much EXP I can get. And I don't ask me how much I can get because I don't know the number exactly, but I just know that sometimes it can be low enough that they don't level up. I think you can see it if you slow it down enough, but I don't know how to slow down one. Anyway. Also, you don't have to do what I did, which, you know, because I'd like to recruit as early as possible. Anyway, here comes the scene. Lord Stingy. Keep stinking this cure secret, but Karami never give up. The Crowblood Master, young master, the Crowblood Master. You, I don't forgive. But Karami busy now. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to do that. As a matter of fact, I might go ahead and in between sessions I'll do that. You want to definitely save here. Definitely makes a difference. I'll be right back. As you can see, I've saved. Now, I would say I'm going to end it here, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, it's too short of an episode to do that. But what we do want to do... You know, I'm gonna meet you at where we need to go, because you've already seen it, so, you know. But we need to check out into some equipment anyways. Okay, so we're here. I definitely save here as well. Like, after the fact you know, but like if you're gonna go do battling, but the main important thing is in between after you talk to a certain someone to continue on the plot line. Yeah, I would definitely recommend you save and then do it after you do the dungeon. is coming up. Because, yeah, it's a dungeon. But you're going to need at least one escape talisman because of what's in there. Because otherwise, you're not going to be fully prepared. You don't have to take precautions like that unless you're unlucky. But you need a little bit of precautions. Like, you'll need some, medicines. You're going to need the room for that. And the equipment that you need to upgrade with and all that Benjangle stuff. So, I'll be back in a moment. And yeah, I've saved. Now, you could go back and go save at the trail, but it doesn't matter. Now, the reason I do that is for a reason. It's not because I'm worried it's going to crash, but that's only like if you're doing this in beta or something, or if you're having problems with your console. Make sure you have a backup save on another memory card. That's what I would do if you're having problems. I've never had that problem, so I don't have to worry about that so much. I've had it where it crashes because the disc was screwed up or something, but like, nothing to do with the console. Now, half helmet is pretty good, but so is, I forget what the next one is. I think it's like headgear or something. The ultimate one is something else. I could get rid of the pointed hat, so, but I'm going to dump all that, come back up here, and I'll meet you. So, it's, kind of glad I went up here and did this while it was, up here. Because at least with this place, you don't actually have to buy anything. Actually, you don't have to buy it in any place. I just kind of do that anyway to kind of give me at least one or two, at least for a couple. Because even if you do find a chest, you only get like one item, and then you have to go and find the rest of it by buying it or waiting till later. And by that time, they're just too weak, of an item. So you might as well buy it as soon as you can get it. But usually, because most of the time you'll find it much easier to buy it then than it would be to buy it later. Because sometimes, some things, by the time you can buy it, or it's like, dude, this is useless. But it depends on what it is, too. Like, if you can buy it right away before you can find it, which probably won't be until some point in the game, yeah, well, I would do it that way anyway. But leave one open so that you can at least make it worthwhile, Like, okay, so you're going to get a pointed hat in a dungeon. Well, then only buy as many as you have for each person. Like, if you have a party of 6, only buy 5. If you haven't already. And you can do it as early as possible, or wait until you get to a certain point before you go up to, like, when I had to go acquire the castle. And I don't know when I'm going to post this. I just know that I'm going to be uploading this. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do, like, 2 videos or not, but this and Final Fantasy IV. See, I didn't even do a second one yet. I was going up, but I went and took some sleep, but I'm still tired. So anyway, I'll meet you when I get back up here, because I'm going to go dump some things and come back. And you might be asking why when I could just sell it off. Well, I have a vault now. And there's a big, huge difference in this game versus the rest of them. I don't like the rest of the vaults. It's not the characters or what the vaults look like. It's the space. It's absolutely ridiculous, because even if you wanted one item of each, because it doesn't seem, even if itself seemed like, I mean, like, so you're the type of person that you don't seem, it feels complete without at least one bit of article that, even if you don't feel that it's something, I mean, it's still useful, but it's like, it's also too weak, because it's got, like, pointed hat has bloom protection, and I think that in other games you don't get bloom protection except with other equipment. So anyway, I'll see you a little bit. Bye-bye. Okay, you remember how I said I was gonna do this? Well, I'm gonna do this before I continue on what I want to do. Now, if I get to a battle, I will definitely pause it and get out of there. Alright. Karate uniforms are pretty good. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to loot this entire place and then just dump all that. Okay, next item on the list is over here. Oh, we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. I didn't bother to fight the battle. One thing I hate about them battles is those eagle men. Now there's an item right there that isn't particularly all that great for all the games that I've seen so far, because it's not all that useful. But this item in particular is like, for the sake of sacrificing it, you have to replace them though once they're used up, and you should only have at least one in your inventory permanently, except for one point in the game, which I'll go over that later. But anyway, what this does is it revives your characters automatically, which is not good for that particular point of the game that I will go over later. But anyway, like say if you get low or something and you forget to heal, or because they're just too strong, it'll give you like a second fighting chance. Don't bother with more than one, because then you'll just be wasting your time, depending on how strong they are. Alright. That said, yeah, let's get the hell out of this place. Oops. You know what? We'll just fight this guy while we're on screen. Good to get a little bit experience. No, that was not good. I gotta say, one of my favorite runes so far is the clone rune, which doesn't make any sense. It's not really it doesn't mean you're a clone, or you can make a clone of yourself. I think it should actually be called something else, but I wouldn't know what to particularly call it. But anyway, you know, you can fly over and hit the enemy. That would be one of my favorite runs, and they don't have it in any other game. So anyway, I'll meet you in the next order of business. This will be it. Be careful you're not on fast speed. Sometimes you can be lucky with these stairs, but if you're on fast speed, just don't be on fast speed when you're doing this, because it has a tendency to make it like where it's impossible to get down these stairs. Luckily, it's improved from the later games. Anyway, I'll see you in the next bit. Okay, this is our next business of item here. There's a chest here. You can barely see that it's here, but it's definitely here. Killer Crystal. I never really wind up using these, so you could easily sell them off, but they're pretty good, I would say. Especially for what they can do. And, you know, critical blow percentage increase, which is pretty good if you want to use a character who has, is only good with strength instead of, you know, like maybe Victor, or, you know, because he doesn't particularly, you know, use any, or doesn't need them. But you can equip them. But in this game, though, it's just only one crystal per character. I don't really like that, even for what the next game has. But we're not going to worry about it. I think I'm being wrong. I also like the fact that you have an expanded deal, but it's the limit that I don't like. I mean, obviously there should be a limit, I guess, because there's only so much you can put on. But even so, I don't like it being so low. So, anyway, let's move on to our next deal. So, the next big item of business I will be at in a little bit. Okay, so here we are. We're on the next item of business right here. Oh, we'll be back. Most of the time I will fight them, but I won't always. So anyway, there it is. Like that last battle there, I didn't fight. I just can let go. So medicine, that's good. Sometimes you can get medicine of 8, which is a rarity. You can't buy that at any shops anywhere. And then there's like Mega Medicine 6 or something like that as well. yeah, they come from battles, and I don't remember if it comes from this game particularly, where I think you can, but I'm not gonna swear to that because I don't remember it ever being there. But if you do, hold on to it because it comes in handy. So anyway, let's get out of this area particularly, and I will see you in the next item of business. Here we go. Here's our next item of business. Fortune Ruin piece. These pieces are only good for like, where is it at now? That's why I say I'm umming about. They raise up your luck. You don't want to raise it up too far up there because it can really jinx things. Now, like I said before, you don't know this. I don't really believe in the in that, but I've seen how it can work against you. So you don't want to put it too far. You can max it out if you want to, but I don't recommend it because it really kind of screws up with things. I don't know why, but it just does. Even though I don't believe in, like, what's the word I'm looking for? This is what I've been trying to look for anyway. Superstitions. Like, okay, if a mirror breaks, I don't believe that I get bad luck because I already have bad luck a lot of times. Well, actually, particularly, I don't have really good luck. I believe in luck. I just don't believe in the kind of how you get it because, honestly, I've been, like, where I've not broken a mirror. I've actually broken a mirror, too, but I didn't break. I mean, it's been like so many years, and I still had, like, luck. Even before that, my luck was never the greatest in the world anyway, with things. Anyway, we're going to move down a little bit here and there, and, alright, I'll see you in the next item of business. And it turns out there's no more item of business, than what I need to do. But anyway, I like how, like, let's see. Don't get me wrong, this is a great sounding track. It's not one of my favorites. It'll never be that way. But anyway, it's a good song. But I like how, like, a lot of these mountains sound the same. A lot of these games have that bad tendency to have, like, even though it's not the same area, you would think that it would have, like, sort of the same upbeat, but not completely. You know, sort of the same sounds. Nintendo had that same bad problem. You know, where it was, not only did it repeat the sound, but each area was the same. You know, like some of them were the same areas, but, you know, like back when you had like regular Nintendo or Super Nintendo. Anyway, I'll see you in a little bit. I forgot that they actually had an appraisal shop up here, but it doesn't matter. I needed to go back below anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered if I got it done here or not. That would save me on the trouble. I'd get it appraised, but anyway. Went ahead and dumped off his deal. I wasn't sure how many people could do this, so what I'm going to do, since, you know, half helmet's pretty good. I didn't realize she could wield a half helmet. The bad thing about Luke is the armor ratio. And in this game, it's two different items you cannot unequip. And then in the next one, it's only one. One you can't unequip. It's so stupid. Can't give him better stats. But however, the guard robe can be more effective if it's just like the same in this one here. But it really sucks in the second one. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and give someone 2, and that way I can go ahead and upgrade Luke there and dump off that equipment. So let's see, what else do they have here? They have half armor, which not everyone can wield it. Actually, no one can wield this. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy it anyway, and then yeah, that would be good. Except that I don't think we carry but one. So yeah, and then that'll be about it. Leather armor, I guess, is about the highest you can go at this point. Depending on who you have in your army. So, I'll meet you back at the castle so that we can do some things. Alright, see you then. So, yeah, I got back here. So, by the way, I actually used my teleportation skills. I actually used a teleporter to go over there. Because I can, but there's something else that will go along with it and make it a lot more easier. But even then, I'll probably still, most of the time, just like cut it out and then edit it or whatever, or just show it because it doesn't really matter. But I won't always do it. But so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna drop off some items. Gonna obviously, that's what I mean by when I say dump. That's what I mean by drop. That's what I mean by dump is drop it off. I don't know. It's commonly referred to as that because that's what you're technically doing is dumping off things that you no longer need. And yeah, sure you could sell them, but there's not. Much point because they're still gonna come in handy. I mean, you can sell off some, but I would keep like at least one, and then there's that. So let's get rid of this. So what we want to do here is we want to equip some things. So hang on while I mess up the mic. Now there's an item on this game that cannot be used with Luke that I'll go over later, but the best items for Luke right now to help out him is the guard robe and the emblem because they help out with magic and it increases his deal. Like anybody who has magic, basically a rune that has spells on it. With the lowest ratio, I mean, even though he has a lot more unlocked, he still just takes a while for him to unlock the last ones and even have a more increased number, which the maximum number, actually, unfortunately, per spell is 9, which is fine. Which, you don't need more than that anyway. But anyhow, yeah, so the best one, see that magic bonus that helps, even though it sucks in the next game because it doesn't have that deal. We should equip it. Because there is another item that has magic bonus as well. The reason I equipped it here with a magic bonus, it helps out to increase, as well, like I said, the magic, there's a number of spells I can use. And it also increases the chance of actually unlocking that even more, even though it still may take a while, but it takes even less of a time. Anyway, now let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta equip Kirkus here. Now at this point, I would find more like feathers and fur capes to be more powerful. But for him, you can go ahead and take off the toe shoes if you want to, because the toe shoes don't matter except for a certain point in the game. You can leave them on too, and it won't make a difference. But because there's better equipment to have. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dump this. Now, I'm not going to dump the karate uniform because it comes in handy. Now, there is a difference between this game and the next game. This karate uniform comes in handy. It's actually far more useful, I'd say, in the next game. But we'll go over that when we get there. Anyway, so what I want to do with DVDs, I want to equip him with what we got. So what we're going to do here, we're going to do that. What I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to get rid of the shoulder pads as well for feathers. So yeah, I mean, you'll see it when next time you see me before we continue on. This has been on long enough anyway. I'm gonna stop this, but yeah. You'll see it all upgraded, but I'll do that another time. I want to focus on Final Fantasy VII, but I will try to do, but if not today, which is today is Saturday, but tomorrow is the day I'm going to officially do nothing but recording. I don't know what I'm going to post tomorrow, if I'm going to post at all. It might be one video with a Minecraft video, which means I'm going to have to record another one of those sessions. Oh boy, that's going to be something else. But anyway, we'll, I'll see you, and Sunday is up for debate anyway, because, I mean, by the time I get done with everything, see, for a while there, you might have noticed that I've been doing Suikoden and Final Fantasy IV for quite some time. But the thing of it is that, it's not really a preset schedule to have that. I mean, even though that I switch it up and down, and I will still continue to do that between making Suikoden first and Final Fantasy IV first. Depends on which one I uploaded last. And I will still continue to do that because they are one of my main LP projects. But right now, the longest main LP project I want to get through is Final Fantasy VII, and I'm going to work on that. And don't worry, I will have more recorded. I'm going to go ahead and try to record at least one or two. I'll probably be about tomorrow before I record a couple more Final Fantasy IV and a couple more Suikodens. And then Monday will be the official day I'm going to start making Final Fantasy VII, and I'm going to switch that out between that Monday and the next Monday, whichever comes first, of Minecraft and Final Fantasy VII. That way I still get Final Fantasy VII out. It's still a main LP, but, you know, especially because right now I'm still in the midst of actually trying to get it done. So, you know, and in the meantime, there will be a bunch of videos. I mean, although the backlog will probably be even bigger because of Final Fantasy VII, but either way, Final Fantasy VII will finally be completed. And, you know, I'll be posting more so that nothing gets buried. Because by the time it gets buried, a lot of times, I can't even edit and go, oh, okay, I need to put this as public, unless I'm on a computer or some kind that actually can let me get to those videos. So, yeah, I probably will go ahead and do that before it gets too big. But, you know, and still, in the meantime, oh yeah, there'll be a bunch of those. And, you know, because I'm just on that one mainly because of that reason. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. This has been DaBLackKing, and I will see you for another episode or session of Suikoden, and we'll continue on this. Oh, it'll also be healed up by the next time you see us as well. I don't guarantee you. I don't know whether I can't guarantee you whether or not I'll be leveled by then or not. Maybe not. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. I might even be before I go into the dungeon, because sometimes that happens, but not always, because I do sometimes take out the chance to do it so that I can get the Luke up enough to where I can put him in my front row, because right now he just still kind of sucks HP wise, but I want to get him enough to where he'll survive HP wise. Anyway, bye bye.